For this video, I think I'm going to go over my process for figuring out a build for whichever class that I plan on making. So obviously, first I go onto the wiki page and find whatever class I'm looking for. So player, class, subclass. Right now I'm looking at the evoker subclass because I'm planning on making an evoker character. I look at I used to look at these. Now I don't really because I kind of know these pretty well, but I suggest when you're first starting to piece together builds in your head, I recommend looking at all of these so you can figure out how you want to do that. Some of the most important parts of any class are under the bonuses and limitations sections. In Evoker's case, it hits harder with evocation magic and can't actually use alteration, which is important to know. You can't use haste or burning hands as an evoker. Next, we get to the actual abilities. For evoker, you're going to be looking at, first off, your damaging abilities. For any class, probably the first thing that you have to look at is which abilities you can use to damage your opponents. For evoke or to do more damage. For evoker, it's magic missile, frost, fireball, lightning bolt, tons of really good options. Next, you want to go over your abilities that help you take less damage. So shield, blur, if I can find it. Ooh, where is it? I have no idea where it is. Ah! It's somewhere. Blur, mage armor, stuff like that. Then you look for whatever utility spells there are, or abilities there are. In Evoker's case, since it's a mage, you want to be looking for detect invisible, detect hidden, teleport, stuff that you have issues with, that you find you regularly need a solution for, but aren't related to actual combat. You go through all of that, write it down, and then after you're done writing down everything that you need for all of the abilities, you look up the expertises. It's very important to know if you're planning on making a character that gets high enough level where high enough in that class that expertises start becoming a concern, you need to know what those expertises are and how to increase your damage. So for Frost, if you reach level 31 in Evoker, so if you switch which class you are before 31, expertises go off of the highest class level, not your highest level, not your overall level, your class level. If you switch at level 30, you won't be able to get the Aqualist expertise, but if you're planning on making a character that goes really far as one class, you really should be looking up these expertises so that you can increase your damage, increase how long your spells last, or whatever it is that you need to increase. And once you're done doing all that, you should have something kind of like this. You'll see I kind of have my own extra system where I write down a couple notes. So, like, it's an int-based class, high damage, high ability count, because woo, tons of abilities. All of the things that I feel like I want to make sure that I remember along this list all the way down here. G in parentheses, just to tell me if the ability auto qualifies or if if I have to gain it at a trainer. Sometimes notes on the side for things that I forgot or that I might want to consider. Sometimes question marks for abilities that I'm unsure of, which is not here on this evoker class, but on like the Oracle class, you'll see question marks to tell me to maybe look at those abilities, but if they don't seem like something that I need, don't actually get them. And then all the way at the end, expertises and what stat the expertise requires in order to obtain more of it. And of course, my garbage handwriting. Woo! Keep in mind, you are not at all limited to just one character on at a time, so I tend to go for 3s. 3's about where I feel, at least, that it starts becoming difficult to handle all of the characters at once. A character that does damage, a character that can heal, and a character that can restore mana. So Shaman has the infusion abilities, which restore mana. Oracle has all of the good prayers, and the good prayers include mass heal and all sorts of other healing abilities, which are awesome. And of course, Evoker freaking nukes things from orbit. But yeah, that's kind of my system. It's not a hard and fast system. You don't have to do it this way if you don't want. But I feel like it's a good place to start if you are having trouble figuring out this kind of stuff. So yeah.